Hello everyone, today we're going to be creating some big bangs, which in turn make a new planet, and we're gonna exploit those for resources. So let's start a new single player game. This game was made by the same person that created the time traveling game, the portal hopping survival game, as well as the tower defense survival game. And I see a bunch of stuff here. I played the demo before, but it probably means that that's this save file. Let me start again. I forget that it always does this. I think I have this problem every damn time I play this dude's games. In StarCrafter, you will craft your own star system. You'll need to create Dyson rings around the sun and use the energy to create entire planets. Press G for the tech tree. As you guys saw, I wasn't very far in the demo. I was basically up to the storage chest. Because from what I remember, there was a lot of other stuff to check out back then. Alright, we need some iron as well as copper, which can be found on the surface of the planet. So I guess let's explore a little bit. I also see an entire structure there. But first, let's mine some iron, as well as some copper. And I guess wood while we're at it. So what's pretty cool about this game is we can actually straight up mine through the entire Earth as well. And from what I remember, that is something we have to do later, because there are some ores that are underground. Alright, but let's check out what this building is. I guess we have to dig this out as well. Okay, this goes down really damn deep. Did I find the entrance? I found some coal. I'm inside the building now, that's for sure. And let's start digging this out, see what we have. This is a pretty good place for coal as well, though, I've noticed, so not too bad that we're here. Also, what the hell is up with the music? Acting like we're in some sort of battle or something. Okay, this just leads back outside. I'm guessing so does this then? It seems so, but it actually goes down farther, too. Aha! There we have the treasure chest. Bunch of money, some gear relic, as well as... Wow, that's a lot of copper. Surely don't need to mine that anymore for a while. Right, that was also the bottom layer. I mean, if anything, we got a bunch of resources from that. Alright, let's flatten the area a little bit, and we set up base here. You're out of food, taking damage. That is not good. Especially because I don't have any food. Let's get some strawberries real quick. We can get actually quite a lot from this foliage. Let's start crafting our first factory. Build it up with the laser. Then I'm guessing it wants us to create ingots, yeah. And then coil wire afterwards. That sounds simple enough. Just do a couple of those. That unlocks the coil wire in the smelter. We got a bunch of stuff for that immediately. Because we also got the stone and the coal. Let's see, we need a smelter as well as a fabricator. This is the tier 1 variant, so I guess it's better. We just need a ton of iron as well as oils. So let's start working on that. And I don't have enough resources for this. That's because I turned all the iron into bars. However, in order to make these machines, we also require power. We're gonna need to make some solar panels. And we are going to need quite a few of them. Because as you can see, it takes 100 power for each. These only produce 50, so we need 2 per machine. I guess we also may as well make the storage. That's just another technology then. Has this entire line done, so that's pretty sweet. It's gonna require an absolute ton of coils. I just looked to craft all of these. That is not great. Oh, what's this? Crushed meteor stone. Well, don't mind if I do. Thing was pretty big compared to the other ores I've found so far. Alright, with that we have the amount of solar panels we need in order to power the 2 machines. Let's get a smelter down. And then immediately the fabricator tier 1. And then let's see, what can we do here? We can make stone bricks. We can also make a structure moving tool. And in the smelter we can break coal. But also steel. That is what we're gonna need next. Then let's see. We also need some stone bricks, and we can make steel frames in the fabricator. And that will allow us to make upgrades. Let's start working on that. I got a couple stones. I think we just get these from digging randomly in the planet. We'll create a couple of these. Don't know how much we are going to need, but let's do an inventory upgrade because that's already bogging me down. And we just need a lot of stone. Maybe we weren't getting it from just randomly digging. But look at that. There is like actual stone underneath the surface. And we also need a ton of coal anyway. And that is also found down here. Alright, let's go get an upgrade. Mining laser tier 1. As well as the boots. We can move a little faster. Don't forget to equip them once we have them as well. After that, it wants us to go into the Dyson Ring Launcher Tier 1. But we're going to need a lot more stone for that, because we're going to need a lot of steel frames. So back into the mines we go. A straight up digging power. I don't see a proper upgrade with this, I will admit. But I'm guessing we can get harder materials now, even though we didn't really find any before. You know, finding stone is actually a lot harder than you'd expect. I've been down here for a little while, and those were the only 2 pieces I got. Alright, I got an absolute ton of stone this time. Alright, with that we have the necessary materials to create the Dyson Ring Launcher. However, that also takes power. We need to build 2 more of these. And then it does say it's recommended to build at least 3, so we'll see how things go. Oh, it's shooting rockets. Shooting multiple rockets. And this probably why it wants us to craft at least 3 of them, because it's probably going to go slow, isn't it? Well, if anything, we're going to need to do a couple more things before that anyway. We need to create a ray receiver, so we can get Dyson energy, and then we have to create a moon creation rocket. And that would probably create a new planet? So I guess it doesn't really matter how slow or fast it is right now. Maybe it does matter, because that is 0.009 right now. That is ridiculous. Which I guess in that case, let's start building a couple more. Well, at least you can see it tick up now. Well, kinda, when it's going, I guess. We'll check back at that later. We also need the array receiver. Funny enough, I guess this doesn't take any power. Which is good, because our solar panel farm here is starting to look kinda iffy. So this is doing something, it's transmitting. And we wait until we're done, I guess. Yeah, that creates the Dyson energy then. With that, I'm guessing we can create the moon creation thing. As well as a spaceship. Oh, there we go. We got one of the Dyson energies. Let's see, the spaceship is going to take a lot of steel frames. And then the moon creation rocket is going to take a lot of other stuff. Mainly stone bricks as well as steel frames. So hooray. We're going to need a lot of stone, basically. Now back into the mines we go. Well, the ring's starting to look pretty good. Alright, we're almost at 1/4 of the Dyson ring. We have enough to craft ourselves a spaceship. That is a pure golden spaceship, hell yeah. The movement actually looks pretty cool. Alright, well, let's exit it for now. As we're also going to need the moon creation rocket. And that costs us a little more stone. Let's hope that I had enough. I would be off by 2. Alright, with that we have enough stone bricks to craft ourselves the moon creation rocket. Let's plop that over here. I'm guessing we are going to need a Dyson ring first. Yes. So we might have to place down more of those rocket things to create a ring. I did not think it would immediately blow up into the sky here. Where's it going? Ow! Okay. That crafted a whole new tiny planet. I guess it's where we can find ice from. We created a moon. But this isn't a full planet yet. We need to gather some ice so we can get a bucket of ice. Or bucket of water. Ah, and that's what we need for the planet creation. Alright, let's head over to our new moon. And this spaceship, man. Let's see, craft or get a bunch of ice. We're probably going to need quite a bit of it. Whoa, that was the other planet we were on a second ago. It looks so crazy. Alright, I have 222, so I'm guessing that should be enough. Let's head back to our base. Let's rotate the spaceship a little bit so it actually sits here properly. Alright, there we go. Now we should be able to make the bucket of water. That plus stone is gonna create dirt. Ah, you gotta be kidding me, man. We're going to need 50 bloody dirt. Well, the neat thing is we get our buckets back after we make the dirt. So I basically made 50 buckets for no reason. We're also almost done creating the Dyson ring. Then plus we also almost have enough for our moon or planet creation rocket. So that is pretty neat. Alright, I learned that we get our buckets back from the dirt after we make that. It also makes 2 dirt, I didn't see that. So I created 50 buckets for no reason, basically. Hooray, the first Dyson ring has been created. Is it automatically creating more? I guess so. However, I got all the materials together for a planet creation rocket. Let's plop that down. I love that we get the achievement for our second planet created, while we haven't shot this one up into the sky yet. Come on, man. There we go. Here goes the super rocket. Blasting off into the sky, creating a new planet. I'm not sure what the Dyson ring has to do with all this. But it is what it is, I suppose. Oh. My eyes, man. That just looks like the moon, basically. Let's go check it out. I guess it is slightly bigger. Let's see, we have a different type of tree here. It also looks like coal spawns on the surface here. So who knows what we can find underground then. It seems like this is where we're gonna go into farming. Yeah, carrot seeds can be found on the surface of planet 2. Okay, it doesn't seem like we're getting a new ore type for a while. We are going to get crude oil later down the line, probably around this planet still. We created a planet and there's already a structure on it. That's kind of interesting. It's probably the same as the other one, I would imagine. Just gives one of those relics. But I'm going to be leaving it off over here. So I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye, everyone.